Good morning, students. The third part of this lesson, we are going to deal with technical and institutional reforms in agriculture. Earlier, farming was carried out by simple and ordinary farm implements like a sickle, spade, hoe or powder, drill plough, bullock cart, etc. So these are the tools we are using the earlier time. So now what we will do? Now modern implements have entered into of which tractors, trailers, rotovers, etc. are common. These are the instruments we are doing for our agriculture work. Besides, modern equipments like a thresher and harvesters are used in the wheat harvesting. There is an increase in the usage of chemical fertilizers, hybrid seeds, then BT seeds, insecticides, drip irrigation and greenhouses. So these are the things are increased nowadays. The more fertilizers are using, hybrid seeds are using, the insecticides are using, drip irrigation, and these are the things are more nowadays. The first we'll see that technical reforms. You already said about technical and institutional reforms. So among that technical reforms we will see in first. The change which have taken place in seeds, fertilizers and farm implements in India are known as technical reform. So technical reforms means the change. Which are the changes have taken in place of seed, fertilizers and farm. Now, so this is known as that technical reform. The first point will see that the farmer who earlier used the leather buckets and water wheel now uses submersible pumps or monoblock pump, solar pump, drip irrigation and sprinklers. Easy work. Some machines are using, so that technical using, that is why that work also less. So before for the watering, what we will do? The people are using that leather bucket and water wheel, and these are the thing. Chemical fertilizers like D-ammonia phosphate, then nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, urea and other biofertilizers, liquid biofertilizers, biotex seeds are used. See, these all the things are using. Farmers are constantly guided through radio, television, newspaper, DD Kisan channel, then SMS on mobile by the Kisan toll free number, that is 1800 1801 551. So that is a Kisan toll free number. Government farm web, then portals, e-Khedut and a mobile app like Agri Market. These all the things are helping for the farmers for the agriculture field. New agriculture research and new techniques are conveyed to the farmers in the villages by Gram Sevak. So new items, so new techniques also introduced in the for the farmers in the village through Gram Sevak. Then a farmer training center is established in every district headquarter wherein the farmers are given training. Some kind of training also given. Reason, information and guidance and provided the farmers through agriculture fairs in Gujarat. Some kind of fairs are conducted. Through that fairs, more information people are getting. Agricultural university and agricultural colleges are established in every state. Colleges and universities are there to inform make understand the people regarding the agriculture. Then agriculture universities already universities are established and at Dhandewada, Junagadh, Anand and Navsari in Gujarat. So these are some of the places having the agriculture university. These universities carried out our research and prepares new expert in agriculture. Besides this, Indian Council of Agriculture Research and Department of Agriculture Research and Education are activate at a national level. The national level also some of the what is in the research centers are there. So Indian Council for Agriculture Research Centers. So these are the some of the points we have seen in the technical reforms. Next we will see that institution reforms. The reforms connected with the land ownership, crop subsidy and sale of farm produce are considered to be the institutional reforms in India. So some kind of reform connections with the landowner, then subsidies given and also sale of farm produce. Government has discarded landlordism and stopped the exploitation of farmers. The landlordism also stopped, and also exploitation of the farmers also stopped by government. Under the law, Land to the Tiller Land Tenancy Act, the land titles have been given their right to become the owner of the land. So that is some kind of title is given, because that through that title that people become, or the owner become the land authorized person. The disparity among the landowners has been removed by Land Ceiling Act. Farmers are given financial help for crop subsidy by Kisan Credit Card and by nationalized and cooperative banks. Some kind of banks also given, and also disparity among the landlords has been removed. Any type of disparity or a partiality, that also through the land ceiling removed. The next point, farmers are given full insurance protection of their crops through Prime Minister Crop Insurance Scheme. Some kind of insurance getting for the farmers through the scheme. Which scheme? Prime Minister Crop Insurance Scheme. Then, when the crops fail due to drought or through excessive rain, farmers are given financial help by government. For example, like some of the calamity or what is it in the calamities happen or disasters is happen in that cases. For example, in the excessive rain or drought is happen in that cases, then financial help also given by the government to the farmers. By providing legal support, and open auction process is made widespread for the sale of farm produce in the marketing yard, and also providing the legal support. Some kind of support is given or help is given through the marketing yards. That farm products in the marketing yard can be used. Then facilities like cooperative societies, market association, cooperative warehouses, cold storage, transportation, communication, etc. have been provided so that the farmers would get the minimum support price of the farm produce. So which are the things they are produce? So say they can sell in, these are the places. So there will be a storage or a storeroom will be there. So they can keep their things and can be sold. So for the minimum support of the price for the farm producers. Then following the organization are operating for the purchase of the farm products from the farmers at support prices. Which are the National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation of India, NAFED. That is National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation. This is one of the organization operated by operated for to purchase the farm products. Then for the farmers, from the farmers. Gujarat Cooperative Oilseeds Growers Federation, GROFED. National Dairy Development Board, NDDB. Next we'll see that Green Revolution. What is Green Revolution? Green Revolution took place in our country in the decade of 1960. So in that year that Green Revolution took place or started in our country. But before that there was a time when there was an acute shortage of food grains in the country. And also before that, why this Green Revolution started? Because acute shortage is there for the food grains. An agrarian country had to import food grains. The country was struggling against such a dependent condition, because even though our country, already we said about it, India is an agrarian country, then only what happened, we are importing the food grains from other country. That is why the struggling was more. Then the extraordinary increase in the agriculture products because of improved seeds, increased use of chemical fertilizers, intense effort of the farmers, widespread arrangement of electricity distribution, improved facilities in irrigation is known as that Green Revolution. So you know that what is Green Revolution. So what is Green Revolution? Extraordinary increase in the agriculture products because of that improved, already said about seeds, increased use of chemical fertilizers, and also intensive effort of the farmers, widespread arrangement for the electricity distribution, improved the facility in irrigation, etc. is known as that Green Revolution. These all the level it will help for to cultivate more crops. Main objective of the Green Revolution was to increase agriculture production. Main intention was to increase the agricultural production. Farmers were encouraged to use chemical fertilizers and insecticides more. So from that, the farmers also using chemical fertilizers as well as in the insecticides more. This led to attain the target to increase the agricultural production. Through that, some of the target is there to improve the agricultural products. There has been a record production of wheat and paddy due to green revolution, and also the record production is there. There has been a record production of wheat and paddy due to this green revolution. Through the green revolution, the production of wheat and paddy was more. Where there was a scarcity of food grains in the country, today there is sufficient storage of the food grain. So if it is scarcity is there, then only storages are there to collect the food grains. Once drought was a hazard of regular interval in India. Its adverse effects are not seen after the green revolution. So some of the problem was there in the drought season. Then things were very less. But after the green revolution, then effect was not seen. That what is in the scarcity effect was not seen. Due to the buffer stock of food grains, the condition of drought of scarcity are faced conveniently. The self-sufficiency in food grains is a landmark of historical achievement of green revolution. Self-sufficiency in food grains. The proper food grains are making for the people. So this was one of the landmark of the historical achievement. This was one of the important achievement of the country. Then once drought was hazard of already we said about. The self-sufficiency in food grains is a landmark of the historical achievement of the today. The production of cash crops has increased and the production of pulses and other cereals has decreased. So cash crops, already we learned about which are the cash crops. So these are the things are increased and production of pulses and other cereals decrease with the repetition of the same crop. To reach the stage where other countries of the world have progressed during using better technology in agrarian field, we will have to be ready for next green revolution. Next we will see that role of agriculture in Indian economy. Role of agriculture in Indian economy. Agriculture is the main occupation of India. So underline that one. Agriculture is the main occupation of our country. Agriculture. Then the pressure which India had at the time of independence is now reduced somewhat. However, it still has an important contribution in Indian economy. So what are the role of agriculture in Indian economy? We'll see that one by one. It provides employment to about 1/2 of the population of the country. So in the agriculture field, Indian economy helping for the population. How to provide the employment. Agriculture hold about 16% of the total gross domestic production. So 16 not 17 percentage. Paddy, wheat, oilseed, cotton, jute, sugarcane, tobacco, potatoes, etc. are major agriculture products of India. So these are the important products of India, which are the paddy, wheat, oilseed, cotton, jute, sugarcane, tobacco, potatoes and all. Much foreign exchange is earned from this export. India ranks second in the world in agrarian production. The agrarian production India has in second rank. So you can underline in your textbook. India has in second rank. Industries like cotton, textile, sugar, paper, oil, etc. as well as the industries regarding the food processing get their raw material from agricultural products only. Agriculture provides food to the people of India. So what will provide? Food. The Indian contribution is not consist in the world agricultural market because of irregular and uncertain rain and inadequate facilities for the irrigation. So then always our contribution is not in a consistent way. Why? Because of irregular and uncertain rain and inadequate facilities for the irrigation. Food security is necessary for a country today. If the demand for the food grain is increasing and if the good food grains have to be imported, then the political independence of that country may be at risk. Sorry. We have become self-reliant in the field of grain production due to the green revolution. Already we said about that wheat and paddy is through the green revolution that production is more is there. That is why it becomes self-reliant in the field of grain production. Along with the increase in farm production, there is an increase in population of the country also. The production is more and also population is also more. In 1951, India's population was at 36 crore 10 lakh, which today is more than 125 crores. So you just imagine it was in 36 crore and 36 crore 10 lakhs. Now it will become then 125 crores. This has increased the demand for the food grain. That is why already said about the that population is more. That is why demand also become more for the grains. That is why it is not sufficient. However, there has been an increase in the production of food grains in our country during last 5 years. Then production is more now in this time. In 1950 to 51, India had produced 51 crore tons of food grains, which has increased to record level of 265.04 crore tons in 2013 to 14. So from 1951 to the 2013, around 63 to 64 years, then this much of increment is there. With the food grains which we have today, the minimum requirement of the country can be fulfilled. It is necessary to maintain the buffer stock and to increase by buffer stock means we have to keep something, okay, maintain something to increase it. By the buffer stock of the grain, the scarcity of the grains can be prevented during drought or in the case of inadequate production of the food grain. The wastage of food grains can be prevented by implementing the techniques to preserve the grain in water houses. So how to keep the food grains? The wastage of food grains can be prevented by implementing the techniques to preserve the grains or in warehouse. The hunger of thousands of families can be satisfied if the buffer stock is distributed among the free of charge. Already we said about because wastage of the food grains have to keep in a storage. So it can be help for the poor people, the hunger people. Then it is a strong necessary of the time to stop the wastage of food grains. It is necessary to strengthen food stocking and the arrangement to conserve it. So that is why we said about they should not waste the food grains. So how to make an arrangement to conserve these food grains. It is a good beginning that the government has made provision to supply the food grains up to the poor people through the Food Security Act. The last we'll see that impact of globalization of Indian agriculture. What was the impact? The policy of globalization has been implemented with the purpose that the Indian farmers can sell his farm products in world market and earn profit. They can cultivate, they can they can produce the things and they can sell in the market and earn the profits. That is why the world market is open. Many changes took place in the agriculture field due to globalization. The process to export or import crop production is made very simple. That is why exporting and importing that are the facilities also is there nowadays. Cotton, chilies and till are now available in Chinese market and various fruits from world are now available in India. Then Indian market. The costly genetically modified then BT seeds sold by the multinational companies are now available in India because the costly seeds also nowadays is available in India. Due to this, farming has become costly. The production of cotton and maize has increased. The cotton cultivation and maize cultivation has become more. With the import becomes smoother, the domestic farm products have to face tough competition. Some products have gained global market, hence the necessity of registration of their parents. It is necessary to register qualitative farm products as national patent in the world markets. Qualitative production must be there. To face the competition in agricultural products in global markets, India will have to adopt new technology and concentrate on quality. A series of planned steps will have to be taken to increase the economic prosperity and solidarity of people. That is why some of the planned steps has to take care of for what? Economic prosperity and solidarity or living in unity. With the increasing population, the probable future increase in the demand for agricultural products and to maintain the march to economic progress. For the economic progress, then all must have to march out. It is necessary to arrange the strategy for second green revolution. That is why it is very necessary to make a green revolution. So second green revolution have to make for the agricultural products. So students, today we are going to conclude this lesson with what we have to seen today's class. Today's class we have seen the technical and institutional reforms and the role of the agriculture in Indian economy. Finally we have seen that impact of globalization on Indian agriculture. So thank you students, thank you for listening my class.